You might want to sit down for this one because what I'm about to tell you is heavier than the kind of scandal that gets a celebrity cancelled overnight for a single tweet. Yes, the tea is scalding hot, and the story is about to spill all over a couple that many people once believed was unshakable. We're talking about Mendeecees Harris and Yandy Smith. To the outside world, they looked like the perfect couple. Their love story seemed picture perfect, filled with devotion, romantic captions, and Instagram-worthy moments that made many people feel like they were falling short in their own relationships. They survived challenges that could have easily destroyed other marriages: legal troubles, prison visits, public scandals, and the constant pressures of reality TV fame. Through it all, they stood side by side, smiling for the cameras and presenting an image of loyalty. But behind every glittering image, there can be shadows. And in this case, those shadows came in the form of a woman who has been lurking in the background for years: Jasmine Blue. Jasmine was never fully gone. She was like a quiet storm, waiting for the right moment to strike. And strike she did. She dropped a bomb that could shatter not just Mendeecees and Yandy's marriage but their careers, their reputations, and even their mental stability. The tabloids are salivating over her claims, whispers of a secret night in London, a hidden rendezvous, and betrayal that could make even the juiciest reality TV twist look tame. Can you imagine living your life as the supportive spouse, showing up for every court date, visiting prisons, enduring rumors, and then suddenly finding out that the person you trusted most may have been leading a double life? That's exactly what Mendeecees is facing right now. According to Jasmine, the flawless image Yandy presented to the world was nothing more than a carefully constructed illusion. She claims that while Mendeecees was busy planning what he thought was a romantic getaway for the two of them, Yandy was allegedly sneaking off for her own kind of getaway, this time with a man from her past. A night in London that, according to Jasmine, was not innocent at all. Instead of a faithful wife waiting for her husband to surprise her, Jasmine says Yandy was slipping into expensive restaurants, private hotel rooms, and moonlit streets with someone who once had her heart. What should have been an ordinary weekend turned into a scandal that could permanently stain Yandy's reputation. And Jasmine didn't just make empty claims. She says she has receipts, screenshots, videos, and voice recordings that capture moments too vivid to dismiss. If those receipts are real, they don't just suggest a night of bad judgment but an emotional affair that may have been building for months. Insiders close to the situation, speaking anonymously, claim that Yandy's trip to London was carefully planned. Every meeting, every late-night chat, every excuse, nothing was accidental. They also say Yandy seemed happier than fans had ever seen her, laughing, flirting, and enjoying herself in a way that didn't match the image of a devoted wife. When Jasmine began hinting about this on social media, people brushed it off at first. Many assumed she was just stirring the pot, looking for attention, or trying to relive past drama. But the hints kept coming. Little posts. Subtle jabs. And now, with her full story out, it's impossible to ignore. Think about Mendeecees for a moment. This is a man who has stood by Yandy's side through thick and thin. He went to prison, and Yandy held him down. He came back home, and together, they rebuilt their image. Every time people doubted them, they doubled down on their love story. And now, this bombshell has him blindsided. To find out from someone outside his family that his wife might have been living another life? That kind of betrayal cuts deeper than any rumor. The internet's reaction has been nothing short of explosive. Some fans refuse to believe it. They say Yandy has been nothing but loyal and that Jasmine is trying to ruin a marriage out of jealousy. Others side with Mendeecees, furious that the man who seemed like reality TV's most faithful husband could be betrayed so coldly. Social media is full of debates, memes, and breakdowns of Jasmine's so-called evidence. Some people are convinced this affair isn't a one-time thing but part of a larger pattern that Yandy has been hiding for years. Others are calling for proof, unwilling to let go of the love story they admired. And let's not forget the stakes here aren't just emotional. In the world of reality TV, brand and image are everything. A betrayal like this isn't just about heartbreak, it's about money, reputation, and legacy. Every leak from Jasmine seems strategically timed to cause maximum damage, and every receipt adds another layer of doubt. Fans who once believed in the Harris-Smith empire are now questioning everything. Every Instagram caption, every public kiss, every supportive statement now looks staged. Could it all have been an act? The drama only deepens when you hear what insiders say about Yandy's London night. They claim it wasn't just dinner and drinks, it was luxury hotels under fake names, drivers who didn't know her real identity, and late-night conversations that hinted at something much deeper than casual flirting. These weren't spur-of-the-moment choices, they were carefully planned steps in what seems to be a secret relationship. And what about Mendeecees? To see your image of loyalty crumble in front of the world is devastating. He's left standing in the middle of a storm, fans demanding answers, cameras following his every move, and his own heart trying to process the betrayal. Meanwhile, Jasmine is playing her role to perfection. Every day she holds back just enough to keep people hooked. Every hint makes fans question the couple's past even more. She's aware of the chaos she's stirring, and she seems to be enjoying every second of it. What makes this story so gripping is the contrast. On one side, we have Yandy, the polished, professional, family-oriented reality TV queen. On the other side, we have Jasmine, the bold whistleblower who doesn't mind being messy if it means telling her truth. In the middle is Mendeecees, the man whose world has been turned upside down. Now the big question hangs in the air: is Yandy really guilty of living a double life, or is this all an elaborate scheme by Jasmine to destroy a marriage? Only time and those receipts will reveal the truth. But one thing is certain: the empire of love that fans once admired is crumbling. And the whole world is watching. Scandals come and go, but some stories grab the public and refuse to let go. What we're witnessing right now is one of those moments. This isn't just another rumor swirling around reality TV stars. This is a full-blown explosion that has shaken fans, broken trust, and placed two of the most recognizable names in reality television under a microscope. We're talking about Yandy Smith and Mendeecees Harris. A couple once admired for their loyalty and strength, now standing at the center of chaos sparked by none other than Jasmine Blue, a woman who has waited patiently, watching from the sidelines, before dropping revelations that no one saw coming. The public can't look away, and honestly, neither can we. Because what Jasmine claims to know and the evidence she says she has isn't just messy. It's devastating. At the heart of this scandal are Jasmine's leaks. Screenshots, videos, and voice recordings that she swears prove Yandy was living a double life. These aren't vague hints or shadowy whispers. We're talking about flirtatious conversations, secret meetings, and even promises of private getaways. Fans are left asking themselves, was this all part of a carefully planned scheme? Or was it a reckless moment that spiraled out of control? Many believe Yandy's trip to London was no coincidence. According to Jasmine, it was staged as the perfect cover. On the surface, it looked like another glamorous business trip. But behind the scenes, Yandy was allegedly using it as an opportunity to reconnect with someone from her past. The secrecy, if true, is chilling. It paints the picture of a woman juggling two identities, one as the devoted wife and reality TV star, the other as someone chasing a hidden romance in another country. The internet moves fast, and when it gets hold of a scandal, it moves even faster. The moment Jasmine's claims surfaced, social media lit up. Every photo, every video, and even Yandy's body language in old clips started being reanalyzed. Fans zoomed in on details that seemed meaningless before but now felt suspicious. Why was Yandy's London trip scheduled so close to Mendeecees' birthday? Why did she look unusually distracted in certain interviews around that time? These questions became fuel for speculation. And it didn't stop with fans. News outlets picked up the story. What started as gossip was suddenly headline news. Memes flooded Twitter. Think pieces popped up on Instagram. Even Facebook groups dedicated to reality TV were flooded with debates, theories, and heated arguments. While the internet argued, Mendeecees had to live through the nightmare. For him, this wasn't just entertainment or gossip. This was his life unraveling in front of millions. Sources say he's been crushed by the weight of betrayal and public scrutiny. Imagine being celebrated as the loyal husband, the man who stood by his wife through her toughest moments, only to wake up one day and see the woman you trusted accused of betraying you. And it's not just about heartbreak. Every move he makes is being studied. Should he speak out? Should he stay silent? Should he forgive or walk away? Whatever decision he makes will shape his public image forever. Let's not forget, Yandy isn't just a wife or a reality star. She's a brand. For years, she has built her reputation on family values, loyalty, and resilience. She's done interviews about being a strong partner. She's given speeches about balancing love, career, and motherhood. But now, that carefully crafted image is crumbling. Sponsors are reportedly second-guessing their partnerships. Networks are nervous about the backlash. Future business opportunities that once seemed guaranteed are suddenly at risk. Because in the world of entertainment, trust isn't just emotional, it's financial. If the public no longer believes in Yandy's authenticity, the ripple effect could be huge. None of this would be happening without Jasmine. She isn't just a background character in this story. She has made herself the star. With surgical precision, she reveals just enough to keep people hooked, but never everything at once. It's a strategy that works. Fans are glued to their screens, waiting for her next post. Each leak brings more questions, more debates, and more chaos. Jasmine controls the narrative, and she knows it. But here's the twist: depending on who you ask, Jasmine is either a hero for exposing the truth or an opportunist exploiting a family for attention. This scandal isn't just emotional, it could get legal. Some insiders say defamation lawsuits may be coming. Privacy violations could also be on the table if Jasmine shared content without permission. And because Yandy and Mendeecees are public figures tied to contracts and sponsorships, the financial implications might go far beyond their household. Even networks and production companies connected to them could be dragged into the mess. If ratings are affected, if brands pull out, if the drama becomes too toxic, there will be consequences. As expected, the fan base is split right down the middle. On one side are those who still believe in Yandy. They argue that this is nothing more than a smear campaign. They remind everyone of her loyalty during Mendeecees' prison sentence. They point to her years of advocacy, her charitable work, her public image as a devoted mother. To them, Jasmine is simply jealous and manipulative. On the other side are those who support Mendeecees and feel betrayed on his behalf. They see the receipts as undeniable proof that Yandy has been hiding something. They can't reconcile the woman they admired with the actions now exposed. The arguments are fierce, with some fans digging through old interviews and social media posts to prove their side. The internet has turned into an investigation board, with screenshots and theories being shared like evidence in a courtroom. For Mendeecees, the pressure is suffocating. He's being pushed to make a public statement, but anything he says could backfire. If he defends Yandy, people might call him weak. If he condemns her, people might accuse him of exploiting the situation for attention. For Yandy, the stakes are just as high. Her credibility is hanging by a thread. She has to decide whether to fight back against Jasmine's claims, stay silent, or find a way to spin the narrative in her favor. Every option carries risk. This scandal is no longer just about two people and their marriage. It has become a public event that touches on bigger questions. Can love survive in the public eye? How much of what we see on reality TV is authentic? And what happens when the brand you've built on loyalty is exposed as a lie? Even government investigations have been whispered about, with some insiders suggesting that financial ties, contracts, and business deals could be examined more closely if the allegations prove true. If there's one thing we know, it's that this story is far from finished. Jasmine still holds cards that she hasn't played. Each new detail she reveals keeps fans on edge, hungry for more. And every unanswered question adds fuel to the fire. Will Mendeecees forgive Yandy or walk away? Will Yandy find a way to rebuild her reputation, or is her career in shambles? And will Jasmine continue to leak details until there's nothing left to reveal? One thing is certain, this saga has redefined betrayal in the public eye. It has shown how quickly love can unravel and how dangerous it is when personal lives collide with public expectations. This is where you come in. What do you think? Can Mendeecees ever trust Yandy again, Or has this betrayal crossed a line that can't be repaired? Do you believe Yandy deserves a second chance, or is her image permanently ruined? And what about Jasmine? Is she exposing the truth, or is she just exploiting a painful situation? Your opinions matter because this isn't just a reality TV storyline anymore. It's a conversation about loyalty, trust, and how much the public should believe in the images celebrities sell us. At the end of the day, this whole situation with Martell is more than just a storyline for television. It's a reminder of how quickly respect can be lost when pride and ego get in the way of growth. Martell had a family, a solid reputation, and a future that many people envied. Yet, decision after decision, he allowed himself to become the center of chaos. And now, the same fans who once rooted for him are the same ones who shake their heads at his downfall. What makes it even more heartbreaking is that it didn't have to be this way. He could have chosen peace over drama, maturity over games, and humility over pride. But instead, his name is now tied to scandal, rumors, and broken trust. And while Melody is out here focusing on her health, her children, and building her empire, Martell continues to stumble in the same cycle. That difference is clear, and people can see who is truly growing and who is stuck in the past. But let's be honest, this isn't just about Martell or Melody. This is about the bigger picture. Love and marriage. Huntsville has shown us what happens when real life meets television. And sometimes the exposure can either build you up or tear you apart. For Martell, it has done both. It gave him fame, but it also exposed every mistake he made, leaving no room to hide. Now the question is simple: will he ever take accountability and turn things around, or will he continue on this path until there's nothing left to salvage? Because one thing is for sure, the audience is no longer fooled by charm or good looks. People want to see real growth, real change, and real healing. And maybe that's the lesson here. No matter who you are, no matter how successful you may seem, if you don't do the inner work, your life can crumble in front of everyone's eyes. Martell's story is still being written, but right now, it's a cautionary tale. So what do you think? Can Martell redeem himself, or has the damage already been done? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is far from over. And as always, thank you for watching, thank you for supporting, and stay tuned because in Huntsville, the drama never truly ends.